So my definition would be to needle, 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 to, and I think there's a saying that goes with it, and I don't know the saying, but it's like to provoke the bear. You know, like you keep do, and the bear goes. Rah.
Yeah, so it's exactly right. So how this can happen to needle, needle, needle someone? It's when that person cannot go anywhere but staying with you. Because if he can escape, he will, isn't it? Yeah. So that's the idea. Did you call Fadi or anyone? You don't have his number. Oh, I don't know if we shall we bother? Well, it's too late anyway. Yeah, we'll give it a go. بعد كده خلاص لو if it's not working. في اي نور في نور اخضر اهو منور. طيب ماشي ثانك يو. طيب. Yeah, so I'm really sorry for this technical issue. Yeah, so when we come to needle someone and he cannot escape, he cannot go anyway, then Fed is coming. Yeah, Fed is coming. Yeah, leave it for now until he fixes it for himself. Um, so when that person, okay, all right. So when that person cannot go anyway because we are needling him, then this is provoking. So this is exactly why the children gets provoked, because simply we are annoying them somehow, and where they can go, they can stay at home. Whatever I'm telling them to do, they're going to do it. So that's why they feel provoked, because we're annoying them, but we're not like the kids that they play with them at school. So that okay, I'm gonna stay away from you. I'm not gonna play with you. No, I'm stuck to you. So that's the reason. So that's why we need to take care of what are we doing, what are we saying to them, and all of that, because all of this will affect. I think we all know what's the what's the problem of provoking our children. So I might start with this slide. What's the kids' needs? What's our kids would need from us? So mainly they will need four things. Number one, prayer, because regardless of how amazing father I will be, sorry, regardless of how amazing father I will, I'm not going. I'm going to do mistakes, or a mother definitely. Whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna do mistakes, and with the prayer, God will fix the mistakes that I'm gonna do. So first of all, we need prayer. We have to. The second thing, they need the feeling of belonging. Belonging to, first of all, a family, belonging to community, like church, belonging to a whole country. I'm Australian, and Australia is that a good country, and we have and so on. So the feeling of belonging, that will make them feel safe. So when they feel they are belonging to something, safety will come. The second thing, they will feel loved, and they will start to give love. And the third thing, that they are going to respect, and they're waiting for respect. So belonging has three things: they need to feel safe, they need to feel loved, and they need to feel respect. So the first thing, prayer. The second thing, belonging. And belonging, they need three things: safety, love, and respect. The third thing that they need is achievement. They want to feel that they can achieve something, they are willing to achieve something. And achievement, if you remember the talk last week of Father Georgios, he was talking about three things actually. They are for, he talked like about it from the parents' point of view, but for the kids as well, they need to feel responsibility, they need to feel encouragement, and they want to then at the end they want to see the accountability that they will have. So prayer, belonging, and achievement. The last thing, the fourth thing that they need is freedom. But freedom doesn't come like this. Okay, you can do whatever you want. No, they need to know what's their limits. A kid's life without limits, for him is boring life. It's very bad. He might like it in the beginning that mom and dad letting me do whatever I want, but after a while they feel like they are not loved, because simply dad doesn't care about me, mom doesn't care about me. They're just saying, you can do this, you can play with these people, you can play with that game, you can do whatever you want. So if there is no limits, he knows it, he's not going to be happy. And the consequences, what would happen if I crossed these limits? And the last thing is communication. Why these limits there, and why these consequences if I crossed it? So, sorry. تمام ايوه. to whom watching us on YouTube, you will not be able to see what's happening on the screen, unfortunately, because it only comes from Apple TV, and I'm streaming from a laptop, not Apple TV. I'm really sorry for that. Okay, back to what we were talking about. So as you can see, the four things that a child needs is, yalla. Can someone tells me? It's here on the screen now. Prayer, yes. Yeah, say it, say it.
So belonging.
Belonging.
Which,
And what do I need to focus in belonging, or what the child
so belonging has three elements: safety, respect, and love.
exactly? And the third point is
So achievement,
achievement,
and achievement has
responsibility, encouragement, and accountability. And that was actually the exact points that Abuna Georgios last week was talking about. Yeah, and the last one is freedom. But freedom, the children need to know what's their limits, what the consequences will happen if they cross the limits, and to communicate with them why these limits and why these consequences. What's like, it's not like, oh, okay, it is like that, and you have to accept it regardless. You have no talk or no word about it. So these are the four elements that our children need to feel. Okay, so the the normal human being, these are like away from prayer. The other three, which is belonging, achievement, freedom, these are the three that any human being, not only children, any human being need to feel. All right. So when I'm saying freedom, you feel the freedom. All right. You need to feel that you are free as a citizen in Australia. You need you need this feeling that you're free, but you're free with limits. You're free with boundaries, as he said. You got it, or not really? Not convinced. Okay, all right. Like you can say boundaries. I'm not against boundaries at all. Exactly. Exactly. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So you're free to do whatever you want, but you're not free to break the law. So the law is there. This is your boundaries, and the law is explained in every way in the constitution and all these books that's talking about the law. So it is for you to understand why the law is this way and why you have to follow these laws and what's the consequences, what will happen if you break the law. But at the end of the day, away from this, you're free. If the laws is too much, you're not gonna feel this freedom, and you're going to feel like, I'm not happy in this country. Your child will feel like, I'm not happy in this family. So it's exactly the same meaning, but instead of citizen, we're applying it for our children. So take the mic. So
with two kids and one in the teenage years. So I'll clean the room. This is the example. This is the standards. As long as you keep it clean like this, I'm happy. I'm not going to be picky. I'm not going to suddenly say that, say, if I've got my daughter to pack the dishwasher every night, I have my way, which I pack it. But if she's gone ahead and she's done and she's packed it, I'm not going to pick on that because then she won't like to do it again. It's better to, well, she actually did it and packed it. I'm happy that you did it. And then as time progresses, they'll be able to see their own way. But like I have a little bit of a everything has to be perfect, everything has to be your right corners, everything has to be set. But with kids, you learn that it's not my way or the highway. I've asked someone to do something, I need to accept that they're going to do it differently as long as they accomplish the same outcome.
Yeah. Yeah. So whatever the law is, whatever you're asking them to do, but at the end of the day, there is a law, there is limits, there is boundaries. You call it whatever, but there is limits and boundaries for the kids. So they have to know what is their limits, what is their boundaries, and what the consequences, and we communicate it to them. So these are the kids' needs, these four elements. Now we're gonna go deep into it. I'm not sure if you can read my little writing, and there is an Arabic word I forgot to change it. I'm really sorry. So belonging first. So in belonging, we talked about three elements inside belonging: safety, respect, and love. So when we come to safety, what the kids, what exactly the kids need to see in safety. So the first thing actually is parents' love. So, and when I'm talking about parents' love, I'm not talking about that dad loves me and mom loves me. No, that's definitely has to be there. But they need to see that mom and dad love each other. When they say that mom and dad loving each other, then I will feel the love inside this family, and then I will feel the belonging to this family. So it's not the love from my parents to me, but the love of my parents together. When I see it, then I will feel the belonging to the family. That's the first point. The second point in safety is no spying. I can't tell my kids, I trust you, but show me your mobile, what was your chats on WhatsApp, and I will be friend with them on Facebook and Twitter and all of these social media just to see who's going to be talking with her and if she has a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. Or like without she's noticing, I will open quickly the door of her room and go and see what she's doing. All of this, no, because they will feel like mom and dad are not trusting me. Like if I'm doing it once just as a joke, that's fine. But when it's happening all of the time, here is they will feel not safe. It's not safe environment that I'm staying with a family that cannot trust me. I can put other boundaries for this issues, but I cannot make them feel all the time that I'm spying on them and I know whatever is happening around them and with them. Like the other day, one servant came to me and told me, Matthias is sitting outside and he did not attend Sunday school today. I didn't tell Matty anything. I did, like, as if I didn't hear anything. But then, after this, with like 2, 3 days, I start to ask him, what was the Sunday school lesson about on Sunday? So he told me, oh no, I didn't attend. But you told me that you went. No, I didn't attend because I went to play. All right, that's fine. It's just one off, but don't do it again. But if I'm going to all the time spy on him, checking ask his servant, did Matty attend the Sunday school? Did Matty go to this lesson? Did Matty do this? Did Matty do that? They're going. He's not gonna feel safe inside the family. So the first thing in safety is parents' love. The second thing, no spying. Third thing, no constant criticism. Okay, that's. I remember one time when Matty was young. I'm gonna talk about Matty a lot today. Sorry. So when Matty was young, uh, like I was, like he did something funny because he's like it was like 2 years old or 3 years old. I don't remember, and I was talking about him in Arabic to a friend of mine sitting next to me, and he cried a lot. Don't talk about me. And he left us and he went to his room very sad because he knew that I'm making fun of him. Like it wasn't something funny about him. Like I wasn't criticizing him or anything, but the feeling that I'm talking about him in Arabic so he doesn't understand, that feeling made him not safe next to me. Since that day, I never talk about Mehdi in front of him or away from him in Arabic because I don't want him to feel that he doesn't understand what I'm talking about. So I won't make him to feel like I respect him, I respect you, I'm not going to criticize you about anything. Even if you did something wrong, I'm not going to make fun of it. I'm gonna tell you, this is wrong, mate. You need to do it in the other way, but I'm not gonna make fun of you. Ha ha ha, what are you doing? No. Another thing is disclosing secrets. Definitely he's not gonna feel safe if I'm disclosing a secret that he told me, even if this secret is something silly because he's a child. Still, I cannot disclose his secrets. Last one in safety is nagging. Nagging from a parent to a child, it happens when we want them to take a specific advice. So we do this in this manner. Okay, thank you, Dad. As I've told you, da, 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 da. You just already told me about 5 minutes ago. Why you're telling me the same advice again and again and again? You tell me, even if I don't want to hear it, let me do the mistake. Let me learn from my mistakes. You advise me, thank you, but don't force it for me to do your advice. Unless something dangerous, like I'm not gonna let him play with electricity or whatever. All right, but away from the dangerous, very dangerous stuff, like if he's going to do a silly mistake, let him do it. So these points will make him feel safe if we didn't do it. So if we don't nag, if we didn't disclose his secrets, if we didn't constant criticize them, if we don't spy on them, and we show them the parents' love, all of these will show him safety inside the family. Are we following or is boring? Are you serious? Yeah? Okay, all right, okay. The second part is respect. We need to make our kids feel respected. And that's by not in, I'm going to say them quickly so it's not boring for all of us. So but if you feel like you need to ask any question about any point, stop me at any time. So we shouldn't be insulting them, shouldn't be embarrassing them, like the Arabic word that I've said in front of about Mehdi in front of them, and he didn't understand, so he felt like embarrassed. We shouldn't be shaming them because he's shorty, she's fat, he's doing this or whatever the thing that I'm shaming them about. I shouldn't be making them feel disregarded. I should be keeping my promise. If I promised him, if you did such and such, if you take care of your room and you make it tidy all the week, I'm gonna get you, I don't know, a bike. I should be keeping my promise. I cannot tell him I promise you to do something, and after he does it, then I tell him, there is no money. Why you promised from the beginning? You promised. Yeah, yeah.
Feeling disregard, is
Mm.
that inclusion?
In everything, yes, and that will come in the achievement that we need to include our children, even if even in problems. I'm going through a financial situation and there is no money, for example. All right, I'm not gonna make him feel that the whole world is going to destroy because the financial situation that our family is going through, or because of his sister that's in the hospital, or because of whatever. But I need to include him in the problem that the family is in, so he's aware of what's happening. We want him to be aware, not to feel burden. Yeah. And definitely with this awareness, we want him also to, or we need to respect his opinion. So our family going through financial hardship, and we're going still to get whatever we want. If we're going to the shopping, we're going to buy if we want to buy something, but we're not going to be spending lots like before. Okay, Dad, what if, I don't know, he's going to say any silly thing, all right? I'm not going to make fun of his idea, but I need to respect it, and I can tell him, uh, it can't work, but when you grow up, I'll explain it more, for example. But don't make fun of his ideas. Don't disregard his thoughts. Don't tell him, you're still young, you don't understand any of this, so shush. No, you include him to make him aware, to make him feel that he belongs and he's part of the family. And if there is a decision we're going to make it as a whole family together, but don't make him feel that there is a burden on his shoulder and he needs to carry it with you. So it's a fine thing. Come forward a little bit.
Like like interest rates have gone up, the mortgage has gone up, etc. But we never tell the kids that we're paying more. It's like, well, now you're old enough for a job, or if you want to buy something, why don't you do a couple of extra chores? So different age appropriate ways, and at the same time, not giving them everything they want. A sense of achievement, and also when you go out into the real world, if you're used to getting everything handed to you on a silver platter, you're going to expect that at work. You're going to expect that at real life. You're going to expect that, kids can't wait in the line now. So it's also setting that limit of you can have whatever you want, but I'm not going to give it to you now. And then with hardship, etc. Yeah, it does. It's like, well, you can do, if they're not old enough for a job, well, how about you help us around the house to do this or that? And then kids can sense when the parents are under stress, and it does affect them mentally. Like, I wouldn't personally tell my kids that we're in hardship just because I know how it would affect kids mentally, but it'd be more of finding, I guess, free activities instead of going on a all expenses paid holiday. Finding just, I don't know, trying to put a positive spin for the sake of the kids because they know. They will always know. Like, I'm born and raised here, grew up here. Egyptian household, but you see things, you notice things. You know, kids go by what they see, not what they hear. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. So just to say it quickly, the parts that we said. So we said there is four things that the kids need: prayer, belonging, freedom, and achievement. In the belonging, we said three elements: safety, respect, and love. And about safety, we said we need to show them parents love. We need not to spy. We need not to criticize. We need not to disclose secrets, and we need not to nag. And the respect, we said no insulting, no embarrassment, no shaming, no feelings of disregard, and there is no or promise keeping. Sorry. Yes. So about the love, yes, we need not to compare. Look at your cousin, look at your friend, look at whoever. No, no comparing. No favoritism between children. Your sister is this, and I love your sister more than you because your sister is more organized. So I'm gonna get her new phone, but I'm not gonna get you anything. We can't show favoritism. Can we remember? I'm not sure if we can remember or not. Can we remember a story or two from the Bible that the parents showed favoritism to the children, and what was the results? Jacob and Esau, that's right, and Joseph, exactly, yes. So and we can see what happened exactly in their life. So Jacob was so spoiled, and he lived a very very hard life because of this favoritism. And Joseph, same, he lived very nice life in the beginning, but then he became a prisoner, and all of the like harsh things in his life because of this favoritism. So we need to like be sure that we don't do this with our kids, otherwise a disaster will happen when they grow up. The last thing, really sorry, it's in Arabic. I don't know how to explain to translate it. Sometimes we're very very nice with the stranger people outside, but at home we are like so bad. So the child feels like my dad so cool, so gentleman outside of at home, but when he comes inside the house, transformer. That makes them feel like, okay, I don't want to know my father inside home. Yeah, that's it. Fake or two-faced. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the two-faced parents makes the kids feel like, why I don't want to talk to my dad at home, if that's the case, or my mom, whatever it is. So we need to be nice and gentle inside home and nice and gentle outside. So that's in this part of belonging. Now we're gonna go to freedom. So the limits. What do we need to take care of? The limits that we're going to put for our children, that we're not providing limits prior. What's that mean? Like, I'm gonna give consequences. All right, there is no lollies for the coming week because of you raised your voice on me and you were angry and upset. All right, but you didn't tell me that if I'm angry at you, you're going to give me a consequences. I was always angry and raising my voice at you all the time. Why this time specifically you put a limit for no reason? You need to give me No, no, you need to give me that law before. Imagine that you're speeding and there is no limits while you're driving, and suddenly the police stops you and tells you the speed in this street is 60. No, there is no speed signs. Why you're putting the law while there is no signs? You're coming to give me a fine because I'm parking here, and you're telling me there is no parking in this, but there is no sign that there is no parking. So you need to give me prior to the fine, you need to put the law. Tell me if this happen, then the consequences will be, and why. But putting the law and apply it with no previous warning, you can't do that. So this is the first thing. The second thing is the consequences. It can't be too harsh. You can't say, all right, because of this, there is no watching for the rest of the month. That's like for the rest of the week, for the rest of for the coming for tomorrow and the day after. But you can't give a very harsh consequences for just a small thing. Okay, so it needs to be like limited, and preferably, I didn't try this one here. Preferably, it is from the same thing. So he watched too much. He watches something that I told them not to watch. So okay, there is no watching on TV for the rest of the day or for the next day. But he ate lollies, so you tell him there is no watching, or he watched it, so you tell him there is no going to the park. It's not linked, so he needs to, if possible, link the limits or the mistake or the problem with the consequences. When this happens, that will happen, and both of them are linked somehow. In Arabic, we say من جنس العمل. I don't know how to translate, so don't worry about it. Okay. All right. Excuse my English. I'm really sorry for that. The last thing in the consequences, there is no threatening. You can't be threatening about something all the time. There will be no watching. There will be no watching. There will be no watching. There will be. After a while, I don't want to watch because you're just saying all the time, all the time, all the time, threatening, threatening, threatening. Is that all because you know that I like watching? It's not nice. The last thing is communication. So you need to communicate with me prior to the limits and the consequences you're going to put. Why I cannot watch this series, why it's not good for me, and why there will be consequences. So saying something like being stubborn with my kids and saying it is what it is, that's because I know better than you. um, I'm the one who provide for this family, so you need to listen to what I'm saying. All of these things, they feel like you're not actually communicating, you're just saying it, but you're not explaining why and how and all of the other details. Give me a full detail of why I shouldn't be doing such and such. The other thing that I should not be doing in communication is, I don't know if that's an English word or not, but willingness, which I don't know how did like. What I mean is, every time my kids asking me, "Dad, can we go to the park?" Yeah, we can, God willing. All right, when we're gonna go to the park? I don't know, but I want to rest now. God willing, we're gonna go to the park. Next day, Dad, you told us that we can go to the park. God willing. Yeah, when that will happen. But I'm just saying, God willing, God willing, God willing, but I don't do anything. So just the word will or willing, that's why I use this word. I don't know if it's true or not, if it's an English word or not, but yeah, I just used it. Is just telling them I will, but I never do. I'm just trying to get rid of the problem that's happening today, but I'm not actually following. Hmm? That's the one. All right. And the last thing is silence. So they are talking and I'm not answering them. I'm not concentrating with them. I'm just silent. I'm not interested in what they're talking. And today they're trying to talk to us, trying to embarrass to like not to embarrass, sorry, to like to show us how great they are. And if we didn't show them that we are interested, tomorrow we're gonna say why our kids are not talking to us because one day they were talking and we were not listening or we were just silent. The last part, which is achievement. So they want to feel achieved, achieving something. So first of all, I need to give them some responsibility. But this responsibility cannot be something impossible. I'm going to get you a new bike if you got 10 out of 10 in your exam this coming exam. However, you know your child is struggling in math and he hardly like passed the exam with 5 out of 10. So maybe you ask if you pass the exam, not if you get 10 out of 10. So demanding the impossible is something so stupid. I'm going to make them feel regarding of how and what they do, I'm going to make them feel like you're a failure, you're a loser because you're not getting the mark or the thing that I am asking you for. Encouragement. I want to encourage them. Don't understate what they're doing. So if he got 5 out of 10 in this exam, or like in the grades here in Australia, if they got C, great, great job. You've done a great job. Yes, you didn't get A or B, but good, good for now. We want better next time, but that's really good. So encourage. Otherwise, they will feel like they can't make me happy. The last thing is inclusion. They won't feel included in the family, included with everything. And the wrong thing or the provoking thing to them is giving negative feedback and negative energy and negativity about everything they are doing. So if I avoid all of what's written here, I think I'm not going to be provoking my kids. All right. What if I provoke my kids? What the results will be? So there is few disadvantages will happen or like mistakes will happen. The first thing is the self-image. Their self-image about themselves will not be good. They will feel like whatever I'm going to achieve, like you will find someone is a general manager in that very great company, but he feel like he did nothing in his life. Why? Because since he was young, his parents did not give him this self-image that he need to see in himself. You wanna come and sit? So the self-image is one of the very important thing that we will lose if we're provoking our kids. The second thing is replacing the families with other people. If my family is not encouraging me, if my family is not giving me the freedom that I want, the encouragement that I need, I'm going to start to look for others outside of the family that they're going to fulfill my needs. These will be definitely friends. And it depends. These friends might be good friends, and I end up with like being a good person, or it could be drugs, could be workaholic, it could be whatever these friends going to teach me because different friends will teach different things. The third thing, definitely a different psychological disorders, depending about my personality. Um, the fourth thing is lost goals, because since I'm young, my main goal is to make my parents happy, to make my parents feeling about me like I'm a good child. So if my kids didn't get this from me, they will grow feeling their goals are lost. There is emotional hunger, there is failure, and there is irresponsible person, because nothing in my life I've done it myself, because my parents were responsible about everything. And the last thing, which is the most important thing, is atheism. When you talk to any atheist person and you dig deep inside his personality, the first thing they say is, don't tell me that there is God, and if there is God, don't tell me that that God is our Father, because I hate my Father. So if that God that you're talking about is the Father, I hate him, I don't want him, because simply he has problems with a provocative father in his life. Okay, last thing, because I already 9:05. What if we did the mistake already and we provoked our kids? How, is there any chance that we can fix it? Yes. Even if our kids are in high school, even if our kids are in uni, working, having kids, whatever the scenario is, we can fix it. First thing, again and again and again, pray. If you feel like you did a mistake or mistakes, pray. Second thing, which is the most important thing, is saying sorry. Friend of mine, his father was very harsh on him when he was young, and he did lots and lots of mistakes. That friend, he hated his father like uh, so much. But when his father was like on his uh, on the bed, like losing his life, خلاص, dying, he called that son and he told him, "I'm sorry. I've done mistakes with you and your sisters, so please forgive me." And since then, that son, every time he remembers his father, he starts to cry and he says, I miss my father. Although that when his father was alive, he used to say, I hate my father. But after saying sorry, just the word sorry, on his bed, he started to love his father too much. Third point is love language. We all know our love languages. Is correct? 5 love languages, all of us. Yeah? Please use them all. Don't say my partner or my kids, their love language is the words or spending time or whatever. Nah. Or like quality time or whatever. No, no. The 5 language. Like if you know, maybe for example, if you know the physical touch, okay, give them extra hugs and kisses, but plus that, do the rest of the 4. If you know it is quality time, spend lots of time with them, but do the rest of the 4. Don't depend on just one language. Use the 5. Feel with them. Feel their feelings. If they are sad, be sad. Don't tell them, I've told you that from the beginning. No, you're not solving the problem now. Just feel whatever they feel, and they will be involved, and they will feel like you're with them. You're not just um, from above and telling them what to do next, but you're actually feeling empathy, sympathy with them. Share their dream. Don't um, force your dream on them. I want you to be such and such. I want to be a doctor. I want you to be a nurse, I want you to be this or that. No, share their dream and think their way. Really sorry if I talk too much. Any question? No? Perfect. Let's pray. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, one God. Amen. Thank you, dear Lord, for today that we gathered in your house. Please, God, help us to know how to raise our kids and know how not to provoke our kids. And hear us when we pray, and through the intercession of St. Mary, St. Barbara, St. Nufair, St. Juliana, all of your beloved saints, hear us when we pray thankfully. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.